I had to skip Monday. That is not the task for today. Let's continue from what I was doing before I got distracted by that task. I think that was actually in the WebCodecs repo, right? Yeah. I put webcam encoder in here. So let's do this. One catastrophe at a time. Samples, but none of those. It's webcam encoder. Yeah, okay. So this is the problem that I had last time. It was within ffwrite multi. Just for giggles, I'm going to go ahead and announce this. So I am far from convinced that this is actually a bug in I am convinced of the possibility that this is a bug in libavjs, but I am not convinced that it is a bug in libavjs. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, all I know here is ffwrite multi, but that's fine because there's only one place where I ffwrite multi. Hello, Joshua. So the stream definitely has a time base. The encoder, there is no encoder. My status does not change with the passage of time. Is there a time base in the codec parameters? And if there is, why would that matter? A lot of people telling me that they care about my mental state recently, and I can tell you that both in real life and online, I never actually answer that question. Well, no, it's not true that I never answer that question in real life, but I certainly never answer that question in real life for anyone who isn't quite intimately connected to me. I want codec parameters. Would that actually be an AV codec, or would that be in the other one? Yeah, the codec parameters don't have a time base. Yeah, I didn't think so. There's no time base here. No. No. Okay, the codec parameters don't have a time base. The stream's time base is set correctly. I guess I should actually verify that. Yes, the stream's time base is set correctly. I guess I can check that the packet shouldn't have a time base set. Okay, I can check the format and I can check the packet for anything squonky. So, AV format context, rather. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't ever expose to time base as part of AV format context because I'm an idiot. The format context does not have a time base. Only the individual streams have a time base. Then where can any bad time base be coming from? The time base is definitely correct. I mean, the packet... I forget whether the packet is even allowed to have a time base in it. I think it might be allowed to. It is allowed to. Is it possible that when they added AV packet time base, they defaulted it to 00, 0, which would be incorrect because that would indicate like -1 means I don't have a time base, not 0. This is a testable theory. Did I do this before? No, disgustingly, that's how. Ugh. Even more disgustingly than I realized. Can't have it there. Yeah. Becoming increasingly convinced that this is, in fact, a bug. Packet. Which libav am I using here? WebCodecs. Of course, WebCodecs. What the hell else would it be? Where did I put mscript in? Did I put it here? Yes. Well, this is going to take a while. Time to build from scratch. The motion interpolator we built last time, I'll just mention this since that building is going to take a while. Motion transfer, not motion interpolation. Somebody else's job is motion interpolation. I have sort of massaged it into a better organized thing. It no longer has comments like, this is a stupid thing for me to do. Although the entire thing is a stupid thing for me to do. But it's working so well that I put it into a further module, which is stable restyle, and I am currently using it to restyle an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine into claymation. It is literally happening as we speak. It works. It's not great. It's not amazing, but it is 100 times better than I imagined it possibly could be. What failed here? Kind of feels like nothing failed here. Hmm. Ah, I'm scripting. Why you gotta keep changing things? That, I think, has been fixed upstream, but, oh wait, if it's been fixed upstream, then bring in the upstream fix. Doy. It's like, I've already fixed this problem, but it's not on this computer, therefore there's no solution to this. It would take seconds of work. Apologies if you hear the AC in the background. Converting Star Trek into claymation produces a lot of heat. Oh, this is not that funny, but it is. Oh, God. I think yes, I'm still on the same overall version, so I'll just swivelly swap this out. Make sure to clear my cache, so I load the correct version. That was not an all-time cache, was it? No. And the only reason I did that... That's annoying. The only reason I did that was so that here I could actually show what's in the packet. Packet time base numerator. Packet. Wait. Okay, no. Let's see what happens here. That is the interesting question. 0, 1. That's madness. The time in the packet is 0, 1. Does copy in packet need to specifically unset that? Why would that be necessary? Yeah, it unrefs it. Unref should always... Am I misremembering? No, 0, 1, 0, 1 is what it should be. 0, 1 means unset. It's not a negative number that means unset. It's 0, 1 that means unset. Right? Yes. Yeah, definitely. I see. I'm reusing what's already there. Let me test a theory. This makes no sense. Let me test a theory that makes no sense. I don't understand. Yeah, that division by 0 has to be a time-based thing. The only place with a time base is the stream and the packet. The packet time base is normally never used. Maybe they both need to be 0. Maybe 0, 1 isn't right. Maybe it's supposed to be 0, 0, and it somehow got set, and that somehow tricked the rest of the system into using it. None of this makes any sense. I already cleared the cache. Clear the cache harder! All I can think to do, and it makes absolutely no sense, is to explicitly set that to 0, 0 and see if it does anything. It shouldn't do anything. I want FF set packet, that's it. I mean, the fact that well, it's all very strange. It's all very strange. Okay, so FF set packet only sets that. I have fears. I have fears that this isn't doing what it's supposed to do at all. Set it to 0, 0. It's also strange because why would it... Well, if it's a memory thing, I guess it could be a coincidence, essentially. So now, if... Okay, now yeah. I can come to no conclusion. Now we just see. Yeah, it's 0, 0, and it's still doing that, so it doesn't have anything to do with that. Mux.c... No, that's not where to look. Mux.c 607, I suppose. Yeah, this is definitely the stream time base anyway. It ain't using the packet time base. What if the stream index isn't set? Stream index is set. Damn. And I know that the stream itself has a correct time base because I pulled it right out of the stream. What if I print this out right here just to make sure it doesn't somehow change or something? I have no idea why it would change. I don't... What do you mean divide by 0? Line 87. Numerator divided by denominator. This is... So the denominator is just straight out of the denominator. That's fine. And 607 is where this was called from. Oh, but it's coming from here. What the hell is priv PTS? Priv PTS? Was this stream... Wait, just... Did I... Oh my god. Oh my god! No! Oh god, this is... Okay. This will be a good bug to document because this is such an easy thing to miss. Oh, I feel like an imbecile. I literally just missed a step. That's all there is to it. I just missed a step. I will read that step out of my own damned documentation. you must first use AV format right header. And AV format right header. Okay, don't ask. Don't ask DuckDuckGo. Just go straight to the ducks. The fact that I don't do I wish that there was checking for this, or do I just wish I wasn't an idiot? Format context and null, fine. And then I will bet that when I finished, I also neglected to write the trailer. Did I ever? What? Did I even, like, attempt to? Wait for the packet promise. Wow, I just stopped it. I didn't even try. Wow, incredible. I just didn't finish the job. Amazing. I didn't even close. I just, like, left it. Oh, God. AV right trailer. It is. I mean, I'm going to place a tiny bit of the blame on libav here, not libav.js, which is just a like shallow port, but libav itself for giving just so little diagnostic. If you do this wrong, it just fails at a weird point. But I mean, I did do it wrong. I can't, I can't complain too much. I did, like, the error was mine. Wow. Look at it work completely perfectly. Oh. Oh, you. Okay. Now, all I did was I increased the timestamp one by one. What rate was I actually doing this in? Settings.frame rate. Well, that'll do it. When an entire section is I mean, it was only the critical section that made my code work. I'm just slightly concerned right now because the I'm not getting the frame rate to do anything especially useful right now. I'm not doing it correctly. Once again, I was just figuring I would figure it out as I went, because I'm being an idiot. Yeah, see how that's going way too fast? The reason for that is this. The time base is incorrect. No, I didn't actually output the time base. Time base numerator stream. Actually, that time base was sensible, wasn't it? Oh, wait. Oh, my God. I just remembered. Chrome just lies to you about time bases. You need to... frick this frickin' friggle fraggle. Chrome literally just tells you any words. It's just like, yeah, sure. That's a time base. Why not? Milliseconds will be sufficient. So what I actually want to do... Why did I even get the start time if I wasn't going to... Oh, I was going... Oh, I see. I used it there, but then I didn't use it here. That looks correct. That looks like roughly 30 FPS at millisecond scale. Oh yeah, okay. Yep, that sounds so like me. Do as I say, not as I do, though. That's the important thing. Hypocrisy is a valuable lesson. Oh, so this just works. This is done. This is a functioning demo. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add. I guess I can check whether it worked in Firefox. Hint, no, they never bothered to implement encoding. Dang it, I hate when I think something is going to take a long time, it turns out to be trivial, and now it's like, well, now what else am I going to do for this stream? This is the thing I wanted to do for the stream, and now it's done. Yeah, video encoder is not defined. Shocker. Dang you, Firefox. Yeah, even with WebCodecs enabled, it doesn't actually implement video encoding. So, in order to actually make any progress on that, I'm going to have to wait for there to actually be a fully other implementation of WebCodecs that has a video encoder in it. Otherwise, really not much purpose to doing it at all. So, what should I build then? Yeah, there was no purpose to doing any of this. Uh, I mean, so that's just essentially a thing that I want to exist. So, WebCodecs is a standard that is uh, basically being developed by Chrome. For a long time, the only other implementation was mine. And so I just wanted demos that weren't so Chrome specific. Um, but mine is a software implementation. It's not part of a browser. And so while I can demonstrate that, it's like, it's not as convincing as one that's actually built into a browser. So I was hoping to make the demonstrations work in the other browser's new implementations of WebCodecs, but they're just not there yet. They're just not sufficient. So I'm kind of stuck waiting for Firefox to catch up on that. That wasn't, yeah, that the weirdest thing is, like, there was no goal there. It was just, I think this should exist, so let's make it exist. But I jumped the bullet there. Why is my air conditioner not air conditionering? I think. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, at some point, somehow, it hopefully will be useful to someone. I think it is time to... No, that's... Dang it. There's so many things that need to wait on other things. I've got it. I've got it. Self-hosting server for what? Self-hosting servers are really easy to make. I can make a dozen self-hosting servers, but if they're not going to serve anything useful... I guess I could... Well, I guess I could, but I'm not going to right now try to make a self-hosting server for on WeCaster. Dude, that music version of Contraption. I am not convinced that it's possible, Joshua. I could probably make like a Docker version of on WeCaster, but I would need to learn a lot more about Docker to make that happen. Here's what I'm going to do instead. I have rewritten Video Restyle about 10 times. So let's rewrite Video Restyle again. So let me describe how Video Restyle works and why I keep on rewriting it over and over and over again. So the idea of Video Restyle, let's say we have these frames. So what it does is restyles frame 0, then uses motion transfer to get the style, as much as it can, the style information that it just made from 0 up to frame 4. And then it restyles that. And then it does 0 to 1 and 4 to 3. Reslate. And then 1 to 2 and 3 to 2 merge and restyle. So this, my original idea was just like restyle a frame, then motion transfer the next frame, then restyle that frame, then motion transfer the next frame, blah, blah, blah. But that was too wild. That was too, like, constantly all over the place changing. And so I changed it to work like this, and that makes it a little bit more sort of moderate. But it occurred to me way too late. Like, I'm already 2/3 of the way through converting this episode, but, you know, we can always convert other episodes. It occurred to me way too late that there's no reason why this sort of merge into the middle style needs to be done at a scale of 4 frames. I could do, like, 0 all the way through 1024. I think that's about the most that I can. So I would do, like, 0 at 1024 restyle, and then 0 up to 512, and 1024 down to 512, then merge and restyle those, then 0 up to 256, and 512 down to 256, etc., merge and restyle those. And that way, there's... It's not that, like, there's no gaps or anything, but the most sort of related restyles are always right next to each other, and you never have, like, there's no sort of heartbeat. Is that better? I don't frickin' know. What the hell do I know? But I do think that that is a more defensible technique. I mean, they all feel jank. They all feel jank. It's not going to completely fix it, but it will encourage more stability because, like, the most related frame to frame 0 is still frame 1, but the second most is frame 2, the third most is frame 4, the fourth most is frame 8, the fifth most is frame 16, etc. There's these, like, chords reaching out at powers of 2, connecting all of the frames together, that isn't happening when we're just in this scale. I don't know. To my mind, to my computer scientist mind, doing things in powers of 2 is the right way to do things. So that's my goal now. So it's no longer a particular number of slides per key. I just need to know how many frames per slide. I'm going to set that to 2 because that's what I'm actually using it at. Joshua, the problem is that there's the only way to be any cleverer about it than what I'm currently doing, which is screenshotting the emulator, would be to decode the particular game, because it's not like different games have the same technique of drawing text on the screen, so you would have to know when it's drawing text or not. Without knowing when it's drawing text, all you can do is take the output and do something with that, such as OCR, which is what I do. Let's start by just counting frames. Oop, the hell. So I'm going to have lock controlling each frame's startup. And a promise for each frame's actual rendering. Let's create, okay, I need the locks and the unlocks, let's call it. Actually, I'm not creating all the promises. I'm just creating a array for the promises. Of course, eventually I'll have to make this not have the name Claymation 14 directly in there, but that's actually not that critical. Oops. In groups of 1024, I said. Which means that I need, right, I need to have the upper bound actually restyle from nothing. then we can binary restyle from there. Now, I should probably actually implement binary restyle. This is a binary search, so if high is less than or equal to low plus 1, then we're done. Otherwise, mid is... Do you think someone can say or do a thing yet not be the description of what that thing is? Known for making offensive jokes and things. I think that the amount of context required is quite if I knew how to operate as part of society, I would operate as part of society. Let me, I'm just doing a little bit of mental math here. So if they're like 1 and 3, that's, yeah, okay, so this will be the right thing. So like, let me give the most obvious counterpoint, which is like using the N word, if you're a black person, or using the F word if you're gay, and to that person they're reclaiming it, and they might even use it in a way that can be taken as offensive. So I think it can really cut either way, and it depends on way too much like surrounding context to be able to sort of confidently say one way or another. Okay, so I'm going to motion interpolate up from the low. Which I'm calling interpolate motion. And how does this work? Just from frame to frame step, from image to image, fine. Low, mid, step. The from image would be out. Oh shoot, you know what I did? I did not think about frames per slide. Also, these are all +1 because of stupid off by 1 errors. Anyway, so... Oh. Oh. Boy, howdy, I really didn't think about the implications of frames per slide. The thing is, I think that it is simultaneously true that people can be oversensitive and that jokes are sometimes just jokes, and that when we are in a and that jokes as part of a greater greater, strictly in the sense of scale, a greater system of sort of repression is perhaps putting too fine a word on it, but of prejudice. Like a joke can still end up being part of a greater system of prejudice, and we should be like cognizant of that and try not to be part of that problem. But it is very, very possible for people to essentially say, like, this topic is off limits. You cannot make jokes about that. And you know what? Fuck Mohammed. Of course you can make jokes about that. I guess what I need... Yeah. Okay. So let's say... Okay. Yeah, we only want to do actual keyframes. So what I will do is just bump it up until we get to a keyframe, which I'm still calling slides. But now mid could be high. Is there ever a situation where that happens? Maybe. So if mid is greater than or equal to high, then I'm going to say mid minus equals frames per slide. And then if mid is less than or equal to low, then we just don't need to do this. Yeah, okay. Like there's both a universe that we can simultaneously live in a universe where people need to get over it and where people need to stop being dicks. These are not in conflict. Okay, so if I'm interpolating up, then I'm going from the low frame. I guess I should call these slides for consistency. That's the way it's working, right? Yes, from image to image. Up to interp slash mid slide forward and down. And this is from high slide to for backwards. Right, I need to put this all in the right place. I don't want anything to, I just want to be able to like set up the process for everything before I start actually doing anything. Dot unlock low. Meta dot unlock high. Await meta dot promises. Low, await meta dot promises high. Then we can do all this. And then the whole point of doing this as like a binary search, so to speak, is we do binary restyle. Wait, is this even... Ha! This isn't asynchronous. Funny. We do binary restyle meta low mid, binary restyle meta mid high. None of this is relevant anymore. Right, because this might not have reached the end. If this was the very last frame, God, the off by one errors are going to be so weird here because I'm actually going from 0 to 1024. back. Okay, so like let's say it's 1024 frames. Right, so then 1024 is too far. So we end up with 1024. Right, okay. Okay. Yes, okay. That check, I believe, is correct. You know what, the way to make this not so maddening is just to force it to always be at the end. The hell? I didn't finish this command line. What if this, oh my god, what if this doesn't divide frames per slide? Oh god! I need to choose the closest number that correctly divides frame per size. 1024 divided by frames per slide times frames per slide. There we go. Considering like contingency situations that literally can't work. Or can't happen, rather. Okay, so I no longer need that check because this will always divide frames per slide. God, I hope all my math is right. I sort of did this in a way to avoid all of that math before, and now I have to do it all. Maybe I'm addicted to math. I mean, it's a distinct possibility. I need the same thing for the frame count. It needs to divide frames per slide. Yes. Unlocks. IDX. These should be my only use of unlocks, right? Particularly if I spell it wrong. It actually should not be my only use. I was correct in the use up there, and not correct in thinking it didn't exist. Actually, should be, yeah, just await promises IDX. Many of these promises won't be set, but that's actually fine. You can await null. It doesn't do any harm. Now this won't work because I don't have the I don't have any of the necessary components here for this to work. I don't have any video in this box, and I'm like actively restyling right now on my machine that can actually do this. But you know, oh, git submodule. How the hell does this work? Git submodule init. Submodule something. Update. There we go. Actually, I suppose the way that I could test this locally. Mentioned the reason why you do any of this is because some part of you compels you to mainly create content. So for one, it's not that I necessarily want to create content that contributes to others. It's that I have a compulsion that, so like the reason I don't play video games outside of streaming is that anytime I'm playing a game, there's a little voice in the back of my head going, you could be being productive right now, and doing that in front of an audience, like, switches that. This is that plus radical openness. I think, you know, I'm an open source guy. I like to have things be open. Having the actual development process be open is that too. To whatever degree I would like it to be contributing to others. The reason I don't do like tutorial videos, I suppose, is I don't think that I have any particular justification. So okay, let me give as an example. So I know a lot about digital media. I know so much about digital media, it is sickening. Could I like peel off some topic to do a tutorial on? Yeah. And are there already a million tutorials on that? Yes. Would mine be better? Well, it would probably be more accurate. It would probably, you know, not suckle the teat of the misanthropic patent extortion gang, but it would just be like one among the flood. And so it feels like it would be difficult to make that actually contribute in any meaningful way. But I guess I'm not like opposed to the concept. I just don't find it to be especially realistic that it'll accomplish much of anything. I guess I'm a pessimist. Let's see here. This is in stable restyle, of course. I'm going to go ahead and get some kind of video in here. Okay, there we go. So this, again, won't actually work, but yes, it will at least let me start debugging. Why didn't that work? The hell? Oh, .png. Yes, I need any actual files for this to do anything. I mean, this is too much to ask, but like propose a particular topic, and maybe I can think about it. Because like, you know, digital media is too large of a topic to really mean anything. I'm confused by the fact that this isn't just immediately failing. What this should have done is reached here and then failed to do any restyling because I don't actually have a stable diffusion server up. But instead, yeah, this should be trying to connect to localhost 7821, which I definitely probably don't have. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. I know what's happening. I have it waiting. I have it retrying periodically in case the server goes down or something. So this is in fact not doing anything. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do, just as a make it do something. I'm just going to have this do some. I'm just going to make it copy the file. Just so that I can see that it's doing something. Now that's what I call motion interpolation. So this is interpolating from 1 up until 513. And that's frame 257. And this is... Oh god, oh, it's too much, it's going too fast! Something. I mean, it's doing something. There was like an error reported in there, but it's entirely possible that's because I'm not actually restyling. Hey, look at that! I mean, that's binary. I am seeing a binary search happen. It got down to the close low frames, and then periodically now it's going to need. I think my underlying logic is in fact correct. I think I implemented the underlying logic correctly. Yeah, this looks so much like a linear, yep, and then you get the big ones. Yep. So this is not actually doing anything because again I don't have the stable diffusion server up, but yeah, the interpolated frames indeed mostly look correct, and then occasionally you'll see a little bit of weird glitchiness where the interpolation sort of pushed it too far, which is exactly what you would expect. I'm stunned that you think I'm able to explain it to a layman like yourself, actually, Joshua. I figured that all that anybody who isn't like really deep into this would get out of this stream is just like background noise, basically. Maybe I need like a Codex 101. Maybe I can do like a Codex 101, and maybe I don't try and get too clever with it. I just do it in this kind of environment, and just like I've got, uh, uh, a console, and I'm just gonna like show stuff working, rather than making it too sophisticated, since I'm not gonna have like an editor helping. Well, it is past 5 anyway, but maybe that's something to think about. In the interim, a lot of things done today. I fixed a bug that wasn't a bug, great. And yeah, this is well, I can definitely stop this now. But this sort of binary restyling it's here. Here it is. I believe my implementation is largely correct, and I just need to get the actual Stable Diffusion backend. But I'll only be able to test that once I've finished the first run. Like I don't want to. I don't want to. What is it in space travel? It's the wait problem, where like you never actually do anything because you're waiting until everything's perfect. I want to let the previous one finish, even though it's maybe not perfect, and then worst case scenario, I'll just run the whole thing again. It'll take another week. In the interim, thank you, Joshua, and anybody else who's sneaking in for watching. And you know what? If you catch this stream later and you think that I should be making tutorials, mention it in the comments. Stream over.